Good morning, everyone. We're live streaming. We'll welcome everyone. Perhaps it's at home watching this live stream. We're going to call, this is the Corporate Services Committee of the County of Bruce. I'm going to call that meeting to order for Thursday, April the 5th. First thing on the agenda, of course, is that we need anyone needing to declare a pecuniary interest. It's your own responsibility to do so as we work through the agenda. And the second action item on the agenda is the action items, and 2A is disposal of surplus equipment policy be rescinded. Betty Ann.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. So the information is provided, and this report written by our purchasing manager, Jen Smith, just tidy up some of our housekeeping with the introduction of the purchasing policy and purchasing procedures that was approved, and no longer a need for this policy. This is directly related to surplus equipment, and in an upcoming meeting we'll also be introducing a policy just in regards to our information technology surplus equipment, and to update that policy as well. And the recommendation is before you.
Moved by Mitch. Second by Ann, that the disposal of the surplus equipment policy be rescinded. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of the motion? That's carried. Next item, Betty Ann.
This is for information, but also for your approval. It is the 2019 annual business plan and budget timetable, and as you'll recall, we have, since 2014, advanced the timetable, but in the year of a municipal election, which we are in, we do not have that luxury, so this timetable has been developed to advance it as much as possible, and requesting that December 13th and 14th be reserved to receive those annual business plans, and the timetable for senior management and other managers and for committee's information is attached. And the recommendation is for your consideration.
I'll read the recommendation, and maybe we'll have a move in a second. The 2019 budget and annual business plan timetable report be approved, and that the December 13th and 14th be reserved to receive the 2019 annual business plans and operational and capital budgets. Moved by Ann, second by Robert. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of the motion? That's carried.
It's in relation to the Chesley Bridge replacement, and you have received information from the Transportation and Environmental Services Department, from the county engineer. This recommendation is related to the financing portion of it, and to bring you up to date on what some of the opportunities are, and just that we would be making application for the Municipal Disaster Recovery Assistance, and that motion itself will come at the next meeting. But in order for us to move forward, we do want to amend the 2018 budget to include the replacement costs.
So the recommendation reads that the 2018 budget be amended to include the replacement cost of the Chesley Bridge, estimated at $3.2 million, to initially be funded internally with the financing to be confirmed once the results of the Municipal Disaster Recovery Assistance Program application are known. Moved by Dave, second by Mike. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of the motion? Carried. Thank you very much. And just roll right through those information items, Betty. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, not at all, Mr. Warden. There are a number of information items, particularly highlighting the 2017 unaudited results, and as has been projected throughout the year, that we were projecting a significant surplus. The external auditors are on site as we speak. We do not anticipate any changes to that, but at the May committee meeting, the final results, the audited results, will be presented by BDO for your information at that time. And it is today received for information, as are the report on the 2018 annual repayment limit, providing the information on the 2018 approved budget for the Grey Bruce Health Unit. At the last meeting, we had a report on the Municipal Greenhouse Gas Challenge Fund application, and Councillor Smith had asked the question as to what penalties there may be if we didn't meet those recommended, and the Purchasing Manager Jen Smith has provided a response to that we are encouraged in the growth plan, but they are essentially voluntary. And the education tax rates, that information is also provided. And I just wanted to highlight that in 2017, you may recall that the commercial education tax rate actually increased, and in 2018 it has declined back on that same declining track, but for 2017 we did see a rise in that. And another report from our purchasing manager is the summary of awarded tenders, and she has outlined to avoid duplication that all tender information will now be combined into corporate services. You will recall it used to be reported by corporate services, transportation, environmental services, and human services. And finally, a report related to purchasing, but also with our server and infrastructure information, and that is for information as well. If there are any questions on any of the information items, I'd be happy to answer them.
Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Mr. Warden. Betty, on that the application we were turned down for, did they give any reason why? They just say no, it was oversubscribed and try again, or did they give you?
It would appear that the applications that were received, that did receive approval, were related to fleet, in around fleet, and also projects that were not already started, although that wasn't a criteria, but that seems to be what was identified in those applications that were successful in changing out fleet to electric and hybrid types of equipment.
They're probably available on some website at the government, all those grants, are they? Do you know, or?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll look.
Follow up.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll look. I can do that.
Dave?
The last report, the Ontario Collaborative Marketplace report, did they ever give us an indication of what kind of savings we're receiving?
That is an analysis so we internally do that, so we would know from our market evaluation as to what, but sometimes the discounts are anywhere from between 25 and 50% is what we're able to achieve by partnering through OECM.
Okay, that's good.
It is very significant.
Anyone else have any questions or comments on the information items this morning?
If I may, through
I
you.
need to see your red light there
Sorry.
before I...
Sorry, Mr. Warden. Just in relation to the unaudited financial results, to let the committee know that staff will be returning once the external audit is complete and seeking support for reinvesting some of the sustained operational improvement savings that we're seeing in terms of both the transportation and environmental services side and the long-term care facilities. So just so more awareness than anything. It was highlighted in the director's report. I just wanted to make a point.
Okay, thank you, Kelly, and Betty Ann, thank you. Our next meeting is May 3rd, 2018. Certainly look forward to that. And we need a motion. And if there's nothing further this morning, we need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Ann and seconded by Robert. We're adjourned. Thank you again, Betty Ann.